Wins Mayo slumping to 2 defeats. Early pressure on Stephen Watchford then. Well, our commentator on Ballybuffet was Marty Morrissey.
In terms of performance, Donegal have been most impressive so far in this Alliance League, but this will surely be their biggest test. Goalkeeper Peter Boyle is establishing himself as the #1, while Oran McNeilish and Hugh McFadden are a powerful combination in midfield. Rory Kavanagh and Michael Carroll are 2 late changes, and they join Owen McHugh to compose an interesting half-forward line. Change is the big word this week in Mayo. No less than 4 personnel alterations to the starting 15. Keith Higgins and Lee Keegan are in defence, while in the attack, Kevin McLaughlin and Michael Hall are named in the full forward line.
Fight again McLaughlin, a land Lena Roher, a Stachan son, agus kicks here os scored a goed. Ach, hier na Evan Regan en zo os scoren de goede mag. Nu ongoed begonnen raas toch agus. Kan das bogger hier van den getog en wacht in te gaan. Heen sokre heshies. Workry kind agus ta line la hosig. Da medist femmer na harde glor. Die met dan kan red no she agus kan no she. Ik mo yo ta 23 sekund Parsons. It no shakes Lordach Michael Murphy erased. Sheeran son of Cossint agus tan kicks Gaeltach. Ta Higan and Murphy is the Law Park. Here's Selina Lan Hool Gaulish.
Well, she here.
On it Cannon Kiana, Gaulish, Evan Regan. Count Ella Dassigashoot. Gowigas ta Farsair McGee and Lon Hooley Tasha shut Dichrete. Ka will Imidori le Fishkin McNeilish, Fargul Alien in the Head Pella, Harris and Traston, Art score.
Oh, Anna Dave she kind of had about to something like my own McEwen saw. Anna Lewis at Fatsa Versa, Bear Novel and larger physical on. I guess like him in Santari McGrath, well, so as Lish. The Tassound, when he heard Trasna, get Frank McLean, stop Cousin Fuyoi, I guess Anna Mertel Father Gadisa.
Well, Sir Lushart son, vi Neil McGee, Angus Paddy McGrath, Berton Lina Lawn Hool, Hosenson, Emil Varde Voyo, Rohrelach and Kane in Ishta, again Moyo. Come out again, Michael Hall Gafol. No Shea Takahe, at Galore, Shinihan Lawn Hooliach, well, Boitistach Koch, the Gahal in her fad like Stig, then go leg a fair, Vord Vrech by your son. And he had scored Clara in again.
Well, Mahor on the McNeil shall take on the Heavine, High no shea, Agalus August. Well, Stolen Goody Saka, the American score, Bra sauce that Father Godon, and so you Glean Bra, August, August, Cousin Joe, Caffer Kina Hound, August Nelly, a Blood, a French Mark no own McEwen, so Anna Lewis at Father Fadown.
Ganachtenio with Katja Sayer, and Michael Murphy. Mark Torste in the Horley, ik heb puntje shot again. Magician Torste, Gama. En werd natuurlijk Prapoil de Woning Owl en San Howell. Twerfsa get Boyle en Trussa. Keegan again in order, lekker in Oostgags fight to get Gibbons. Reached, en het Bosch, Sean see Umrachen Keenige Shane Ali Tron Honags and Boutsa. They go again is Hoch is Dach agus Dirta Gahal in fad again Ali Kaffer a Rohershin Ade.
Well, Hasagan will Cadonas again, cool hair, running old Marchiera, Hannah Heide Current Virus, and Krigi, Shane Ali Bautas August, they Kush the Broge, well, Heath and Shagadassi.
And the Heinevach, Showin Ryan McHugh, Ross Traston the Parkinson, McLaughlin Dig, Nachlesh, Tasha Kurako again McHugh. Takich the Tastolinish, Nally Trast agus Vison, Cruig agus on the Hummer scale will Cartel Le Pronunza.
Well, another cancer Kelly Yosha Shahinish Marbisha or Heinige lifestyle and Trust the Wall and Baker Gihimisha Risha, yet of Shen Nally Behitcher Bloyd and so.
Marador Trigger, Cartel is a client, Eric Homaki and agus Forn will try to show. The hort of an Okale, Lyre Vriant and Osanish. She created a stern the match, now go well kicking so a Runoig. Jasó Vihili for the Hu, which I'm here again. Neil, Arish Traston. Colin Bally did get shoot the Hurda Villa, Hannah scorer for the get Cavan and Son. You know, the get like it can air no Hokro, Achin Jankano.
Yin Murphy come up in a home to Mark and no oil, Agus, well, then you show well check it as on the feet or Cavan Nagasasha, the whole scoring is.
Ryan McHugh, a Jin of Divala, Chastagly McElhenny and so, Misha sauce the paint, Versha sauce the paint that I'm not sure again. Trovatun, Hogan. Shammer Viga, key taken to Guilish Dech and Son, Agus. And of Norbian. Nishtason put down at the Henley, Dirk Plastic and Guileville, Art score Erfad.
Well, Art score father Rob Henley about this on a kick more father on the Evelina, Agus, well, I'll do no Mayo and Nash.
Stach again, Agus, Harish Drasnavan. Now, Lee Keegan, Fair Fleshly Road, Machine Nishigan, while the Stach, Agus, well, Staka Chantalona Viskinera, Mata, Aiden, a Hassa Varist, Agus Cambra, Stewart in the Kuliga.
And the free father fan another on the dug on the right road on the chance to make keen Nunar again, Bashtia, Bashesta, Agus. Bí fálam san stóir amach tífna se go dastan a chetóigi.
McLaughlin, glúiseacht anna as a luhic sa húlinn sé chun talún bhí sé bacathe tá bháin chun I chéile córa go hachint. Fáitin sa gé ó dahartaí, istechan sa gurí McGee agus chun cínar siúd Ryan McHugh agus an chud is módach an ébre Dave Howell chun barcach nach gilóte mar scór sin I gé fearcíl chártha.
Well, how about if score out to be decent, so Comorta, so a fine point is well pointed, gloated father Hudson, Lake Cushion the Brogue, Crane Deer, Larsley, and a pointed father McHugh, Oran McNeil, and
Jonas, Foyke on Hampshire again. She showed Countess Dakra Gomor's Father Gadisha. Three good in son again, and they School for Heinig, Harish Trastan reached.
Shayat may have put keen in ish, I say.
Again, Mayo, Sonjach is Pelka Lutic in the Oran McNeilish Gadisha, Marshaber, it's just a Homor as a cap for that better.
Well, we are not again, why did you get for Quay, a 20 Gadisa again, own McHugh, quite cheat about us, and Hlicking with a Luasa, and Captain saying that he can Luasa, because Kicksers still to get Mayo and Unsi
Roche. Táilishnar Voig Patrick McGrearty and Counts nach McGrearty. Dolishach go Cruigan son agus Tan Telev Butcher Hernashiko agus Rish Mayo. Dolishach got Pick Ho Cruig Colin Boyle Lord and Son. Parsons Oscailishach Tapwig. Count Dackard and Law to see agus McGee last year though agus ní Mona sauce the Vishalishly or Cahach Son Lesh. Hammer. Agus ta son Crucht go hauling her father Stachan son again, agus an chummer scale can trust in the park and so Michael Hall and Trussa Jarnash get shoot ta Nomut and Darkhown Immensa and Own Ravine and fantastic bait again we all Shane Ali for a 20-1 fight to Gadisha again on Gary Moore Brendan Harrison Hugh McFadden did get shoot the Kimad last month. Tá Barna bit to back Harrison next to Yvonne Son. Tom paint time she get shoot better a hawkach Mayo Huntasik fella hammer.
Well, and Bert cool Nelly agus Brendan Harrison and the Hoimer had it in Bertigon Bautus and agus Anna Fuinted father behind.
Chraman Corta didn't get Jason Gibbons. Naomi and then Merton Katashi Facht Michael Murphy. She and Sugri McHugh agus Dira Femery just a Hiedla. She shin put the Stach go hall in your fad. Agus knee fader and Farsa has stopped enough.
Oh, and the father the Anderson again McHugh agus and the Fuinted father. She avoid the scarf to score after Gadisas Traham Nianaga.
Starnish got fast soon to see at the up game the Dugabee the Hutan deal it ever. Agus Countella Foss. Stuart Hook das screen. Martin O'Reilly. Slim McIntyre Gurbe. Eamon O'Doherty Tatration Farkahog and Gramu Dienach and Son Bederach. Bute Stechan Sogs, Bute Gohaldig fad get Patrick McBrearty, agus Vadamachwish, agus score Brown numbered.
Well, she has a book mat fé mar der líne lehosig agus Femador McNeil agus Murphy Tawistig agus well a ruis vi den egen fáil da húnum á og Tommer Fatfin en pointe bras an áil ó McBrearty.
Gachan tarn na pointe áil nún chikamach becat mar agus tá mi agur nisher chúlathe Vuyo agus B'nai McNeil is reached Ord agus an tarna pointe nuvige agus count all in ille.
Well, ní mór vi diantas.
Loftus taobh leis beidir go háige pas begáin luachtá the Costa Vuelta go leis go Loftus ní obair bhaige Eamon McGeoch tá sé fós ann Evan Regan ar eigen chúileach agus Corcusha chur a féin son agus na cosantóirí buile agus neada conna go de díú ar an muir cúl mar bhíon réiteoir leis ann agus sé siúd a éiad an lút.
Well, stolen na verleen koers gedaan in échar an sacha an a spéisiúlin tí Mayo gháil gúnsaí sa gúnsaí agus a dút a túrfú an tamar fad agus cíimí an sacha agus ní sé se an sacha.
Well, tascin is conna go de díú ar an chót a bhain bhí san mehamach agus beidir go bheith míist an saharéisiste sé ar a dalamh. Is kindergraf na kosse ige Evan agus an felliol roch sé leis meach Har Shalene agus dead here. Gunnen doin on chiad lá mocha agus tá sé siú leis dé go bu sicolí geáilt dering dhémar do Conrach fós heinig. Tá Michael Murphy agus éden ó sé mar a chéintse van son a gomer sáil idir an dailí nó Conor agus cóil don sco. Trish an bhílar fad
nadar an góireoig an báidir sam ní bhíon réiteoide tú páirta buid a bhain éigen.
Tá chreite ar fad sta ghfuil ar a líad trí nó chean nómad caitegain leis an gine sa a bháin agus begéir a dhéanamh réist.
Well, bhíon réiteoide móthá ar de stolm gur de Hugh McFadden is stolm a bhí fáil páirta buíhaig agus tógach an chic séir agus gan réiteoide fáil in écharid. So, beggar túr fé ruís.
Well, beggar beidir curchuige eile a bheithan sa hanisige tasge báil cad a chiad ráha. Agus a rám tucha Diarmuid O'Connor leis an gúil báide. Anthony Thompson agus tá carta buí feite siúd. Nish. Capta go to Hamáis McFadden nó Hugh McFadden leis teis carta buíáir do hénig. Cadíana go Conor an trosa. Ísel an bouta san cúnig léana an a lacht ar fad maríocht.
Well, ní bheith sé roidir túrfúham dar a bouta teis báid breapúir sé sa chéad bouta ach kick Mike tíocht na sé go desaí bhí báil chuna cheartúirt a chuir sé go dínda bhías ach a bhí si machchan ad a fad aige anna chic ar fad.
Sin.
Well, chuna go minn san Diarmuid O'Connor héin agus Anthony Thompson agus nadar an dacha go réiteoide bóts na snéimeach siar feidir nimmirte Saradóch an kick sé.
Annachid éan mé seála agus Diarmuid O'Connor caite go talamh an sunnacha. Go leor lachbuí gomachcin ar a bhein dorna na feic mar sin agus Rory Kavanagh inis. Arú dianta Neil Gallagher tucha isteach ag dún an áil agus an áirde leis an son agus anna cheann ar fad buite gach baiste bhuachail buinte réist agus níis an raibh Corcusha an son cinnte goil kick sé ar brawnta ach más Corcusha diaach sé seo a bheith ar an ré is dúra riamh am an immer a ní teach take ar a barc agus beag an táile chéile cén de chart a jaasa chéile brawnta imiróí chuún an áil agus dead hir céile ach Ryan McCuchan an felle gáardach amachchan is fachta annach armh. A láir nóir a feite Loftus a rééis tá ferclí handach leis Diarmuid O'Connor ach sin buile. Díomhar buinte Loftus ar chuún an áil agus peinte Brian sé.
Well, am mar sin a gine táir fad a fad. Cad é chórach sa dáiran muoí ar a gháilisteach dún an áil díar a géad a chosint ach annach chosint ar fad a fad agus anna tíoch nó ar fad san O'Connor Loftus.
Nach séú seach deomad agus bhar na mamúór tícinn de féintí initiative in the forne. Shochan Thompson. Start of Ian Fell, Elavio, Den Bark, Yannick Patrick McBurty, Eshin Hurnichart, McHugh, Paddy McGrath, Gaffachan Keen, Yasta Scorgot, Lushach Chabedig McGrath, Yocha, Anna Rashkarfad, Anna Vlokal, Erfad Dienta, and son again, Diarmid O'Connor.
Murphy Godiso on the kick in the Sierra, Agus McBurty Homa, Agus, well, Council.
Wel, bwydistach ag ag, dim acwn yn sbrec aimsio Anna chrynnester ffad o'n dda hefna i rire.
Wel.
Sian ali ha tach dim achos doel yma gysdoi, mae'n macel henni bedrygs. Wel, mae'n asgiel, ac apsgraf sy'n nes y fasen am ar y fi, y gyd eichint. Agus ystod yn gwyn tai, tiang o fo leis, treist o dulchwn talwn, agus dyn y fe'n dolasga.
Here on.
Minute talking Garrett again, Michael Murphy, agus yn reitor, son na rag o dynach Calish ar Farton O'Reilly. Agus ta sé naid chéad amach an gúl a bheag nua fór ach ta sé begani nís fuidistach awer prapáil agus ríist a hútistach a lár slí agus díadach fad a go leor chun an trastáin. Dúirt amach san ige Henley agus anna fasar fad agus bufas Isteach a Macklin Donny bhahanach potún a gesúd agus seachuin Christy Toy, Anthony Thompson, last year the Cabinet there will have Surko Larsley, McLeod Shahan Shens, Nadahe, Gohal and your father Hagotistan of Lahas, Carl the Cossentori.
Well, Hanish Fadon Gikamach, Water of Mohalar Gorti, Gandout Shemik Clun, the Kirchnagi. Give me this Paddy Christy Toy, Walchi, Agus Kevin, Agus Anna Kirch, nowhere Father Fanira, and chance occasion, no Femara Dorish, Carl the Cossentori.
Mitchin Rotten, not the heck good dealer. I have no like the Claydon Bark. Again, we all try on the shell after so okay, Gappin, even Nixon is Sprekamach. Kick Hood Vader is start, the Howleen.
Well, Drochik about.
It's one of Egan, my Dorella. Which Tachka Henley, Tasha Hennig, Hain, Sostelish, Gownson. Agus top painted Prime Chanson again, and fight to stick, fight again, the Hapdayan. Sunk took a Rossud, Agus. Well, Harsha Traston, the Fehavagwin, I had dinner here at the Holding Sheen.
Well, big Moller Father Michael Murphy as a Buitishin, Agus Kafarag or Art Painted Father, Ach Kagan and Ober Father, no Paddy McGrath. Now that they can't open her shoe again.
It's a spade loch, Kyun Firdian to get McLeod on Honshach and Parker McNeil, Shanishagus, Gramu, Kruigadol Stachanson. Ro is a curious gali Keegan agus Marvar gacht on a spare court in the Hunter. Nation so agus Dawkach Shisha seeking Atara agus Bichat Mechar Hummus a Spricker Haim Shoe and saw agus Poetry and the Hito Gigagus and Vertiente. Skate to Harris again, Harrison Foss, Suchlushach, a Jennifer Stachaton, Huin agus Ta, she could have trust in Huil. Knatas to get Donald Vaughan agus Jason agus Seamus O'Shea agus Painter just the tricky of either year fact again Van Lord Parker.
Well, you chat that
in McHugh the Cossa took a lesser geshoot the Dirach Stachan Huil skill to Fege Heryesh agus 4-rail Chlor scored the Brinty Ile Anna here Martin up to Shachur Harris Traston, Shea Michael Murphy in the fair. The Guardian Bugger Yesh, Agus Air 4-rail, Agus Shane Action Derry.
Éile fuite ag Donegal agus tá Paddy McGrath leach na himmerthe taga chun leirtling and Era Dave Lena. Paddy, in the first instance, it's not often you've games of that level of intensity this early in the season. What was it like to be in the middle of it?
Yeah, it was a very intense game, very, I'd say, enjoyable to watch. You know, scores on either end. You know, Mayo put up a brave fight today, and it was a tough game.
Now, they had 8 points between yourselves and themselves in the quarter-final of the All-Ireland last year, and people said that there was a bit of a number done on your full back line. Was that kind of in your minds today to go out and, I suppose, clear the decks and make sure that you were back on top?
Look, at every day we go out, we try and do our best, and that's all we can give, and thankfully today, it was in our favour today, so we'll be just pushing on from here.
Would you have thought 3 games in that you'd be unbeaten? 3 games, 3 wins, 6 points?
We well believe it, and we're just going to have to go for another 3. So we're just going to have to build on that. You know, it's still early in the season. We've a lot to do as well, like, and so does all the teams. So we just have to keep ahead of them.
All right, Cohort agus lad Paddy is too lech na himmer TG Cahar Alliance agus Charlie McKeever and Shulla Gradam lech na himmer of runna Paddy McGrath. So Visha era
better team. I thought, you know, what was disappointing was we were the better team in the second half, but then they got the penalty and that put them ahead. But the response was good and we scored a brilliant goal. And to be fair, our subs that came in made a big difference today.
Are you a little bit concerned about relegation?
I mean, it's such a competitive league, and I think, you know, there'll be results taken off everybody. We've got 4 games to go. We're going to need to start picking up points, and you know that probably starts again now next week.
Yeah, good stuff from Donegal, but obviously a worrying start to the year for the Mayo men. James, looking at the pictures there, people will have seen for themselves. Great crowd in Ballybuffet this afternoon, and they would have enjoyed it as well, obviously, with the win.
Yeah, look, it was a fine day. The weather was good. It looked like a great contest between 2 of the better teams. Donegal have passed another test with flying colours. Mayo scored a penalty midway through the second half, and a big response from Donegal.
It certainly was a big response. On the other side of it, for the moment, Pat, from a Mayo point of view, Stephen Watchford was saying there, look, kind of it's early days, which it is, but nonetheless they're under a bit of pressure already.
Yeah, first of all, I mean, it was an enjoyable game, but I mean, when Mayo scored the penalty, I thought there was 2 records going to go, that Mayo were going to get their first ever victory in Donegal style, and that Donegal were going to lose. Donegal have been unbeaten in Ballybuffet and League and Championship since May 2010, but you know, great spirit, very energised performance. They're just back from warm weather training in the Canaries, and it showed. I thought there was great energy to their play. They're the highest scorers in Division 1 with averaging over 20 points a game. They looked impressive. Yes, it's an interesting one you ask about Stephen Rochford and Mayo. They've now lost 3 games. Their next 2 games, away to Monaghan, home to Kerry. Difficult games. You get into a losing streak, and it can be very hard to get out of it. In fairness, it was the best of their 3 performances today. I thought they played very well. The only thing is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, can they move to the next step? Have they discovered the extra forward or 2 that can bring them an All-Ireland, which they need? I can't see that yet. Aidan O'Shea, the role of Aidan O'Shea is still a bit of a one-trick pony. There's no support.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. There's a lot of question marks still over Mayo.
There is. Well, having said that, I mean, when they got the penalty, James, they might have thought they were going to win the match. It took so long to actually take the penalty in the end. This turned out to be a bit of a mess.
Yeah, there was a lot of shenanigans going on. Look, the first controversial point is whether he went out of play over the end line. I think that the ball was probably in and his body was out. Probably the contact was minimal, but when you're moving at high pace, minimal contact, you can go flying. So then there'd be a bit of pushing and shoving. Look, the usual handbags. It's a passionate game. We don't want to see it, but at the same time, you don't want to remove the passion from the game. I thought Diarmuid held his composure well as regards striking the penalty and been asked to come back and take it again. That's the first one. He put it high to the left, and then he had to step up again a second time and showed great composure.
But having said that, I mean, there was so much messing around going on. And I know, look, fellas are competitive and all that, but sometimes you say, lads, would you ever stop?
Look, yes, but look, I understand what you're saying. In an ideal world, it wouldn't take place, but you know, it's a passionate game, and we have to allow some of it to go on. The referee's there to control it. He dealt with it, and you move on.
All right, let's look at the other goal we saw in the match. This was the Donegal goal. This was a cracker.
Yeah, look, this is something you've seen from Donegal many times over the years. They turn you over in their half back line, and then I've seen it so many times. They beat you in the sprint up the field, and I think the graphic will show in a few seconds at one stage. You know, they overlap, they beat you in the sprint up the field. The next thing, they're 3 men burned down and 1 defender who has to retreat, and a magnificent finish from Liam McLean. Yeah, it's all right doing it well, I suppose, but you have to finish it as well, and did finish it well. Yeah, he did, and it's something that he wouldn't be known for. He's usually further back up the field, but he stuck it very well. And look, a great response from Donegal after the Mayo goal. It was a good response, and the points to boot. OK, well, the only thing that was guaranteed from the meeting of Down and Kerry in Newry today was that the losers will be fighting off relegation this spring.